Good morning, sisters. Blessings on this Sunday morning. What is it, the 13th, I think? My lucky date, the 13th. Good morning on the 13th of September, 2020. Sunday for me here in the morning. Welcome, Pat. Good to have you here. I've been tuning in and in prayer of, what's the message for today? And the message is, oh shoot, I wrote it down and then I can't see. It's self-acceptance, feelings, and peace. I think that's what I wrote. Hey Judith, welcome. Hi Amy. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Good morning, everyone. So the theme today is, how did I write it? Feelings, self-acceptance, and peace. I thought we were going to do an underworld journey, still not getting the message for it, and I do think I want to do a recording instead so that it's just something available for us. It's on my list. My apologies. I'm just not getting the guidance to do it yet, so I have to trust that. Maybe it'll be at the dark moon. Anyway, this felt more significant or more pertinent today, this theme, and you'll see how this kind of weaves into the whole thing of releasing and all of that, and how important these themes are in these times. So let's begin. Welcome, welcome, sisters who are coming on. I see, hey, Monica. Hi. Hey, Jenny. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. You had woke up with the prayer of Saint Francis in your mind. I don't know that prayer. If you'd be willing to share it either here or even just make a post with it in the group, that would be so lovely. Thank you, Jenny. So Monica's coming in from Norway. Yeah, and I see there's other sisters on the line who maybe haven't said hello yet, but hello and welcome. So let's begin with a little grounding and centering just to get our energy together. And then we'll begin with the theme for today, and we'll see what Spirit has for a message for us, what the Goddess has to share with us. Rosemary, welcome. Good to have you here, dear. Okay, so let's take a moment to have that nice pause to receive the breath, to get centered with ourselves and get connected with each other. So if it's safe to do so, you can close your eyes. If you'd like to place a hand on the heart, you can do that, or anywhere you feel would help you come into center and receptivity. Coming in now to the center, let yourself take in a breath. And as you breathe in that breath, allow that breath to be the energetic of peace, drawing in peace and stillness with the breath. Let it come into the body wherever you feel you need it most right now. And on the exhale, when it's right for you, allow that breath to take with it all you are ready to release, to center more deeply into peace. And again, breathing in, drawing in the breath of life, breathing in as if light is coming into your body, allowing yourself to receive that breath, that light, this momentary pause. And again, exhaling to allow that to be a little vehicle, a carrier for tension, to take the tension away. We know that there are things in the world and responsibilities for you to deal with, and this right now moment is your opportunity to breathe in peace and stillness, coming fully present in the now moment, and exhaling to allow yourself to release and let the breath take with it all of those distractions and responsibilities to be picked up later on or released and transmuted now. Great. And let's just do one more as sisters join in, taking a breath in. And as you exhale, feel yourself deepen even further into the now moment as you open your eyes. So my theme today is feelings, and this comes from inspiration through listening to the 40 Days and 40 Nights channeling that Tina Spalding is doing with Jesus, and the importance of feelings. So I'm going to kind of veer off a little on that just to unpack it more for us. This particular aspect of our superpowers as human beings. So our feelings are our superpowers, and our feelings are what give us our guidance for what we need to do in life. As we reclaim our feelings, we are able to be more in touch with our intuition. So here's something that I've definitely noticed in the realm of spirituality, and particularly among women who are givers, caretakers, healers, helpers, those of us who really feel we want to be in service. When we have the good feelings, we don't necessarily allow ourselves to fully receive and celebrate those feelings. So resistance to negative feelings and emotion is sort of, I don't want to say normal, because I don't really know what being a totally natural, normal human is. I think for many people, we've been so conditioned into putting on the happy face, into conforming to what's required of us, into cooperation, into indoctrination, that what has seemed natural is for us to resist what we would deem negative emotions. Unless there's something big, or many of us our sisters and brothers who have a lot of Pisces or emotional energy, who are capable of moving those feelings through, those emotions and feelings through. But many of us resist negative emotion. And I've noticed that a lot of healers and helpers, we often don't actually allow ourselves to fully bask in what we would call positive, or in NLP terms, resourceful emotions and feelings, the celebration feelings. So in a lot of ways, we've truncated or cut off our full access to our emotional body, we can say, the emotional body, which is it's like one of the energy bodies. So we don't necessarily always fully bask in the gentle, calm, pleasant moments or the celebrations where we receive. Like, how many of you can really, really fully receive a compliment? To just be there and take it in, and just fully take in the blessings and the compliments from someone who's appreciating you. How are you able to do that? And I'd love to hear from you, so feel free to type in the in the chat box there. Are you able to really just take it in when someone offers you a blessing or gives you a compliment? And some of us are, and some of us aren't. And how much do you perhaps resist what we would call negative emotion? Like, I'm just going to put on a good face, and just buck up and get to it, and stiff upper lip and all of that. And these are conditioned programs that we've received, our parents before us, their parents before them, and so on, in order to cope with what would our beloved Jesus would say, an unloving systems of control. I got to work, I got to go to my job, I got to do this, I got to do that. The unloving systems that don't necessarily allow us to fully feel our feelings. And so when we don't fully feel our feelings, they get blocked up. And then our ability to be in energetic peace, not just peace of mind in the moment, but really the ability to be in peace, gets dirtied is the word that's coming to me, because we're plugged up with unexpressed emotions, unexpressed feelings, whether they're negative, quote unquote negative, or positive. Resourceful emotions would be what we would call positive, or unresourceful emotions. When we don't let them move through us, flow through us, it's very challenging to really be in that state of peace. And all of this ties in with self-acceptance. That as we deepen into our own healing work through shadow work, through doing those release ceremonies, through prayer and all of the things that I teach in Priestess Alchemy, for example, if we don't do that work, then it's hard to have self-acceptance. There's always some judgment about ourselves. And I haven't mastered this. I'm not like telling you this from some other side of the mastery realm. I'm working on this too. Where do we judge ourselves? Women, particularly, how do we judge our bodies? All of this stuff. And so I'm kind of building this, the points here, the data points, or the framework here for us to go inward and do a little bit of energy work together. So when you think about yourself, if you were to just kind of take yourself out of yourself now and look at yourself and look at your life and look at how you deal with your feelings. Do you fully accept compliments and blessings? Are you able to just bask in that? Do you allow yourself to process your feelings that feel uncomfortable? Or do you perhaps, when something painful comes up, like let's say you have a conflict with someone, there's a lot of conflict right now. There's a lot of belief systems and ideologies that are polarizing people. So perhaps you are having some polarized experience with someone you care about in your life, or you're feeling judged or attacked, or you're judging or attacking someone else. Are you in your mind, or are you in your feelings about it? And only you will know this. And this is not about being judgmental. This is about self-awareness. The more we're able to be aware of how we're processing our feelings, the more we can allow ourselves the spaciousness to be more present with those feelings. But if we're not aware, if we're just in automatic habit of suppressing feelings, or feeling something negative and attacking someone else, and I don't feel like all of you do that, but a lot of people do. Let's face it, you're probably dealing with people in your life who do that. They have a negative emotion, they attack. They don't want to feel the feelings about it. Or the more we don't allow ourselves to fully go, I'm just enjoying this peaceful day, or I'm feeling so grateful for the things in my life, or I'm opening and receiving fully the compliments and the blessings that others are offering me. When we don't allow that, then we're muddying the waters of our own clear channel light. So I hope I've unpacked that enough for this short, morning gathering here. I'd love to hear from some of you. I haven't seen any more messages, but we have a small group today, and that's okay. More sisters will come on and watch this later on. So what I want to do now is go a little bit inward and just explore. We're just going to kind of, something I say is, let's poke around at it. Look I got a wing. I have a hair wing. We're going to poke around at it with a stick. We're going to explore feelings a bit. So I'm going to guide you through a little something on the inside. So again, if it's safe to do so, you can go ahead and close your eyes now. And let's begin by breathing into the heart space. So just taking a breath into the heart, letting the heart expand, and letting the light in the breath expand beyond the heart, into the chest, beyond the chest, and bring your awareness to the space all around your body, all around your chest, the back, the sides, the front. And now as you exhale, bring your focus back inward into your heart chakra, focusing on that green spinning wheel. Very one-pointed focus into the heart now. Good. Now inhaling again, expanding your awareness as you expand your breath, opening, widening the awareness until it goes beyond the heart, the chest, the body. So you're just presencing with awareness around the body, in the space that surrounds your body. That's right. And exhaling now, bringing the focus all the way in to the one-pointed focus of the heart chakra. Pausing empty for a moment. And inhaling again, expanding the breath, expanding the chest, expanding the awareness all the way until you are just being aware without focus, diffusing the focus into the space that surrounds your chest on all sides. And exhaling again to bring the focus back into the heart space, into the wheel, the green heart chakra wheel spinning, one pointed, empty. Empty of the breath. Good. And we're going to do this one more time. Inhaling now, drawing the breath in, expanding into the heart chakra, opening beyond the chest, into the field around the body, around your torso, diffusing your focus so that you're just aware of the space all around the torso. And then in again, exhaling to empty, one-pointed focus into the green spinning wheel of the heart chakra. Good. And now just relax your breaths. Keep your eyes closed. And relax the breath to the pace that works for you. And now that we have created heart-mind coherence with that exercise, I want you to open and invite in a feeling. What has been present for you this week that needs to be witnessed now? It can be any feeling at all, positive or negative, resourceful or seeming unresourceful, and just let that feeling come in to the heart space without resistance, without judgment, and just breathe with it. Literally breathe with the feeling, whatever it is. And you may find there's more than one, and that's okay. I'm inviting you now, sister, to presence with whatever is arising for you and allow it to express itself. Allow it to reveal to you all the depth of feeling connected with this. Breathe with this feeling, sisters. Breathe, witness, accept, allow. That's right. Good. And let each breath be the witness to this feeling, honoring it fully and completely, surrendering judgment, surrendering resistance, letting it move through you in whatever way it wants to move through you, fully accepting this feeling or these feelings. And now I want you to imagine for a moment that you have a little radio dial next to you, and you can dial up the feeling or down the feeling. And for a moment, I would like you to dial up the feeling, knowing you have full control to dial it down. Dial that feeling up now so that it intensifies a little more, knowing you are held safely with your guides and the divine and the sisterhood. Let yourself fully witness and feel whatever this is, staying with the breath, staying in the place of witness and full acceptance, so that you see all aspects of this feeling, allowing it all. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and turn down that dial again, just to the point where it feels back to a a place of comfort, but you're still in connection with this feeling. And now, whatever this feeling is or feelings are, I want you to imagine them like fertilizer. That when you offer these feelings, when you let them move through you and then offer them up to the divine, whether they are the positive, resourced feelings or quote unquote negative, unresourced feelings, it is all grist for the mill, fertilizer for the garden of your flowering. And when you're ready, I want you to offer these feelings with great reverence and respect for them to the love of the divine as your fertilizer for your flowering. And you will know how to offer this. Perhaps you see yourself actually mixing this with the soil and the earth in your garden. Or perhaps you see this as offering it up as light for the earth, or showering you in a golden light of love, or rose-colored light, whatever it is for you. Perhaps you see flowers blooming from it. Let this feeling or these feelings be offered as the fertilizer for your unfoldment, as a love-light being come to earth to bring forth a great remembrance of the holy human being. And taking a nice deep breath in, give yourself permission, sisters, to accept yourself fully, completely, without condition, knowing that each and every feeling you move through in your day, in your hour, in your week, in your year, through these great changing times, can all be witnessed without resistance, can all be experienced fully, and then offered as fertilizer for the garden of this new earth we are now planting. And taking a nice deep breath into the heart, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you, beloved sisters, for doing this little exercise with me. I want to say again that, I use the words negative and positive for feelings, but in truth, all feelings are just feelings. We have judgments about, those that feel hurt, painful kind of, and hard, difficult, challenging. But in the end, they are all feelings. And when we fully allow them, they move through us instead of getting clogged, plugged, and stuck. So this is a little exercise for you to use when you're feeling either, wow, I'm not fully accepting I'm not fully receiving the joy and the love that I want to receive in this moment when you're in celebration, or I'm resisting these painful feelings that I have to go through, fear, anger, resistance, resentment, whatever it is. So letting the feelings come through is so important. And we know that often people who have been deeply traumatized in childhood or in other times in their lives, there's a resistance sometimes to feeling the feelings. It's almost as if I let those floodgates open, they will never close again. And I understand that. And I understand that sometimes people need therapeutic help to process trauma and deeply, deeply heartbreaking experiences. I do understand that. And I recommend that. Whoops, this wing on my hair. Okay, I'm just going to have a wing, whatever. That you, if that describes you, that you get the help you need. Even if it's a sister friend to hold space for you, or a loved one to hold space as you just just totally go through it, go through that canal of that dark tunnel of the grief, the pain, the fear, all of that. In these times, we are getting ready for a massive change, and there's already so much hard stuff going on. Oh my goddess. Here in the States, in Oregon, 500,000 people have been evacuated because of the fires. That's just Oregon. And it's flanked by 2 states also full of fires. And our sisters and brothers in Australia are dealing with outrageous criminal control of their freedoms. And we know all over the world there's a lot going on. There's a lot of fear and there's a lot of difficulty. And so I, again, want to reiterate that our role as priestesses is to do that work sort of ahead of the pack, the inner work of processing our feelings, being able to let them move through us so that we have that clear channel vessel so that we can hold the space, the energetic container for the field of love that our human family is moving toward as a collective, our beloved Mother Earth. We have a lot of stuff going on right now that is fear-worthy, terror-inducing, sad, heartbreaking, divisive, all of that. And so the more we do our inner work, the more able we are to serve in these times, both specifically with people who come into our field, or maybe whatever our medicine is, our work in the world, but also energetically, just daily being able to hold that light, to be that light, to return to that love space is super, super valuable. And so that ability to reconnect in a powerful way with our feelings, to be able to witness them, to be able to process them and move them through is a superpower. I do believe it is a superpower of humans. And it's been really, we've been indoctrinated into a belief that the feelings are things we have to shut down or block or resist or whatever. So as we do this sacred work, whether we're doing it with a therapist because we've had deep trauma and we need to move it through, or we do it in a sister circle like this where we're just strengthening that muscle, that ability to be connected with our feelings and to process them and move them through and allow them to flow. The more we do that, the more power we have. And that is one of our soul purposes for all of us right now. Whatever your specific mission is, whatever your specific, this is a piece of the mission, is to hold the field, to hold the energetic of the temple, the sacred temple, the energetic temple for our sisters and brothers, for our Mother Earth, for this ascension process. It's part of being the midwife of the new earth that we're birthing. So I want to thank you for participating in this with me. And I see we've got some new comments, so I'm going to look at those and let's see what we've got here. Okay. So in process with all of what you've said, so Julie says, I'm literally sitting on the edge of my garden. Yay, beautiful. Rosemary says, I feel embarrassed when I get a compliment. Yes. Oh my gosh, this is so true. We're conditioned into this. I have been seen, which is attached to my young inner child and what else that might bring up, and I would be unworthy. Yeah, this unworthiness. I was raised as a Catholic, and so what's one of the things we say in church? Lord, I am unworthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed. This unworthiness is like, this stuff has got to go. It's one thing to be humble. It's one thing to recognize I am part of the whole. I am not, the end all be all, but we are all worthy. We are all loved. We are all worth being seen and to receive all those compliments. So thank you for your vulnerable share there, Rosemary. I trust that you speak for many when you say that, when you write that. So she says again, this was beautiful and dramatically empowering to me as this week has unfolded. Thank you so much for the fertilizer that this is. Oh, you are so welcome, and thank you for sharing that and for kind of confirming for me that I'm on the right track with this particular message for us. Judith says, my favorite superpower, yes, our feelings. And I feel like when we as a human family, more and more of us get that, it's going to help so, so much with our children, our children's children, all of that. And Beth says, thank you, Dawn. I really needed to process rejection today. I saw myself as 6 or 7 being too happy for my dad. Oh, sister, thank you. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'm so honored and celebrating with you that you actually could presence with rejection, because this is a deep thing for the human psyche, by the way, because we are social creatures. We rely on our tribe, our village, our family. When we feel rejected, it's how we experience the energetic of shame. Shame, guilt is I've done something wrong. Shame is I am something wrong. And when we get rejected, especially by our beloved parents, or sometimes they're not so beloved, right? They're kind of, oh, but that sets up like a domino effect that requires healing. So Beth, thank you for that vulnerable share, and thank you for your willingness to be with that rejection and maybe all the other layers that will come up. Which leads me to kind of the concluding thought I want to share here. This is powerful work. It seems, and those of you who've been on this path for a long time, right? You could do this like little meditation thing, and then all of a sudden it's like opening the Pandora's box of all this stuff. So I want you to take good care of yourself this week. I want you to be sure that the things that open up from this don't take you down. That you go, oh yeah, remember I did that little exercise with Dawn on Sunday, and it was a little exercise, but actually I've opened up something now. Let me come to it with reverence. Let me come to it with all of my guides and master teachers by my side. Call upon them whenever you need them. Let me come to this and allow what needs to come through, practicing that exercise. And let me reach out for spiritual or psychological support if I need it. So, I invite you to be sure to do that. If you're starting to get triggered into trauma because you've had a lot of childhood trauma, get help. Get help from a therapist. If you don't know anyone, reach out to me. I can refer you. I have several sister priestess friends that I refer people to, 3 in fact. And if stuff's coming up for you and you don't need like therapy, but you want deeper insights, maybe you would like to work with me with some astrology. I'd love to do a soul astrology reading with you if that feels, something you want. I'd love to work with you. Reach out to me. I'm always here to be able to do that. That's one of my things I do. Or maybe you just want a tarot reading. Maybe something like that. Maybe you want a shorter, less expensive session like a tarot reading. So I'm here for that. Either way, whether you want to work with someone or work with me, or just take good care. Take good care of yourself. Use this process to keep working through emotions. Use your journal. Journal about these things. We, as a human family, have been deeply indoctrinated into shame, guilt, fear, self-loathing, and obedience. These are the shackles of a system that is unloving and is dying. We're shedding it. And we do that both through choices we make in the 3D world and through that inner alchemical process of bringing up what needs to be healed, clarified, witnessed, transmuted, and surrendering it. And so be gentle with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't feel like, oh, why can't I get my SHIT together about this? No, we are transmuting a lot. And those of us who step up as priestesses, healers, teachers, the leaders of the age to come, we have a lot of work to do because most of our sisters and brothers simply cannot do this work. They don't have the tools, the resources, the belief, none of it. And so we have to take good care of ourselves. We have to be loving to ourselves. And we have to get help when we need it. in whatever way that is, calling in the master teachers, calling in your guidance team every day, doing all the inner alchemy work like I taught in Priestess Alchemy, getting help when you need it. So please, please do that. Be kind to yourself, be loving to yourself, take good care, get the help you need. Got a few more comments here. Let's see. Jenny says, I love the fertilizer and superpower. Yes. And hey, Rian, good morning. Good morning. Good to have you here. I hope you heard some of that, but anyway, it'll be recorded. And one final thing, I am going to be offering Priestess Alchemy again in October. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I know there were a lot of you who took that, and I'm going to be sending out a special email to you, because if you want to retake it, I'm sure there'll be some different things, but you're not going to have to pay the full price. But for those who, and again, it's not like it's that expensive, but for those who haven't taken it, I'm going to be offering it at a different time of day. For those who haven't gone through that program yet, that course, because I really want to give as many tools as possible for these times so that you can keep navigating and being in that place of like calm, grounded, centered, with tools to transmute what doesn't serve you. So that's coming soon. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. So thank you, my dear sisters. Thank you for showing up every week. Thank you for showing up in your life with the willingness to do the inner work. It does matter. And let us hold each other in sacred space. Let us have each other's backs. Let us do the work. Let us call upon our guides and angels. And let us lift as we rise. With much, much love to each of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be communicating throughout the week here, and I will see you again next week. Mwah. Bye for now.